A rollover crash in downtown Madison. Crews are investigating what led up to the incident. And President Biden is in Mexico today talking immigration with the leaders of Canada and Mexico, why he's facing criticism for problems at the border. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Hain. Thanks for tuning in. New at noon, emergency crews were called to downtown Madison after a rollover crash. It happened in the area of Langdon and Francis Streets around 8:45 this morning. Amazingly, no injuries reported. Investigators are still working to determine what led up to the crash. And fire crews are investigating what caused a massive fire at a garbage collection plant in Walworth County. This was the scene at John's Disposal Services in Whitewater last night. Crews arrived just before 10 o'clock to find one building engulfed in flames. Because of the fire, parts of Highway U were shut down, but the road has reopened. Firefighters were still on the scene this morning, putting out hot spots. Investigators say no major injuries reported. Let's head out to the weather patio now. Meteorologist Kelly Slifka has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Finally, some sun.
Yeah, we've got the sun, and I don't think I really need this heavy-duty coat out here this afternoon. It's really warmed up quickly. It was pretty chilly this morning, but now the sun has really warmed us up. We've got a little bit of a southerly wind. We started off in the lower 20s, but now we're in the mid-30s already in the Madison area. So just a few clouds will start to increase as the afternoon progresses, and eventually it will turn completely overcast a little bit later on. Right now, as mentioned, we're at 35 in the Madison area, so a mild noon hour, a little bit cooler still up to the northwest. We're actually just behind a warm front in extreme southern Wisconsin. That's why it's a little bit warmer down here. So a nice noon hour, temperatures headed in the upper 30s, few low 40s possible as you get toward the Illinois border, but we will start to see a little bit more cloud cover. Nothing expected to fall from those clouds, and we'll take a look at a pretty mild work week forecast and a few chances of some snow showers coming our way later this week. More on that coming up.
All right, Kelly, we'll check back in a few minutes. Thank you. President Biden is in Mexico today for the North American Leaders Summit with Canada and Mexico. The three have a lot to talk about, including immigration and border policies. The president visited the U.S. Mexican border in El Paso yesterday. Republicans say the White House has not made border security a priority, pointing out that this is President Biden's first visit to the border since taking office. But some say the problem at the borders Congress's fault.
We passed immigration legislation, but it was deeply frustrating to see it go into the Senate and die in a 50-50 Senate.
He's never called me to talk to me about the immigration issue. Now I've provided him a letter that provides tangible, concrete solutions that will stop illegal immigration.
The president announced last week new restrictions on migrants seeking asylum. The new policies expand the Trump-era COVID ban, known as Title 42. They also offer more legal pathways to citizenship for migrants from Haiti, Nicaragua, and Cuba. A political riot broke out in Brazil over the weekend. It was a sight that many are comparing to the January 6th U.S. Capitol riot back in 2021. These were the dramatic scenes from the country's capital Sunday. Thousands of supporters for far-right ex-President Bolsonaro stormed Congress, the Supreme Court, and the presidential palace. Some called for a military intervention to restore Bolsonaro to power. Security officials have taken back control of the facilities, and hundreds of rioters have been arrested. Brazil's top court has removed the governor of Brasilia for 90 days, alleging that security flaws allowed the riots to take place. More than 7,000 nurses and two major private hospitals in New York City are now on strike. The nurses are demanding fair contracts that improve patient care. New York's private and public hospitals still have at least 17,000 nurses working. About 9,000 nurses reached agreements ahead of the planned strike. The rest operate at public hospitals that are not affected by contract negotiations. The Rock County Historical Society wants to show you why the GM assembly plant was so meaningful to southern Wisconsin. It's the people. The Rock County Legacies exhibit features stories, artifacts, and photographs from the Janesville General Motors plant. It includes employee stories and writing, but they don't have actual audio recordings. That's one of the aspects of the project that they're working to grow in maintaining the legacy. They have an oral history program set up where people are invited to come in, give their firsthand experience or that of a loved one that worked at the plant. There's no video. It's simple and conversational.
Multiple generations of folks that have just, this was all that they knew. So it was very, very emotional when it ended, and that really led us to interpret it all through their voices. There's so many stories that you hear just by talking to people, and those are the things that we need to be documenting and carry forward.
Simply call and make an appointment to meet with staff at the Rock County Historical Society, or they'll come to you. You can learn more information at channel3000.com. You can also watch the full story coming up later today on Live at 4. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon, including DoorDash looking to help out with those post-holiday gift returns, and how much Southwest Airlines could pay for its holiday meltdown. That's coming up in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Memories matter. This bend on Cox Hollow Lake was one of Dad's favorite fishing holes. Crest Funeral and Cremation Service helped us make sure he's never forgotten. Making it personal. It's how you heal. We are Crest. We truly believe your memories matter.
Rub these little weenies, not with my low E.
Millions are suffering from low energy, commonly called low E.
Conga line around the family room? Not with my low E.
I can't even blow up this celebratory balloon.
Well, I live this way. Planet Fitness replaces low E with Big E, which keeps you energized and glowing all day. Simply join through the free PF app. $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 12th.
Look at my wieners now.
Only a wise and lucky few understand the amazing benefits of real sauna bathing. Leisure Concepts has Finnish and infrared saunas that set up in a flash and will get you through winter happy and healthy. Now watch closely to see my favorite part of sauna bathing. Get to Leisure Concepts on the Beltline at the Park Street exit.
He has his grandfather's smile.
Her mother's eyes.
My cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease?
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
It's a foodie's paradise in this month's Madison magazine. Explore our editor's list of restaurants and chefs transforming the local dining scene. Then create an indoor Eden with our Homebody's Guide to Houseplants. Madison magazine, online and on newsstands now.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and you'll get my customized forecast for tonight and tomorrow.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
New job numbers released Friday showed companies added 223,000 jobs in December, and the unemployment rate fell to 3.5%. While it was the second best year on record for jobs, there are still nearly twice as many openings as there are job seekers. Southwest Airlines says its holiday meltdown could cost the company as much as $825 million. The airline says about half of that is from lost revenue, and the other half is the cost of reimbursing passengers and paying workers overtime. Over the holidays, Southwest canceled nearly 17,000 flights when its dated computer system collapsed. That cost does not include any potential fines from the Department of Transportation, which is investigating the massive service disruption. And food delivery company DoorDash wants to help clear out some of those post-holiday gift returns. It has launched a service that will pick up any package a customer wants to mail and deliver it to a UPS, FedEx, or U.S. Postal Service location for a $5 flat fee for up to 5 packages. That fee is $3 for Dash Pass members. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Matt Piper.
Checking Wall Street at the noon hour, the Dow Industrial is up 158 points. The NASDAQ up 201. The S&P 500 gaining just about 45. Our call for action volunteers are in the building taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. You're taking a live look at the Call for Action studio. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can call for action right now at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Well, LinkedIn is seeing a resurgence thanks in part to recent layoffs in the tech and media industries. Last year, the LinkedIn mobile app was downloaded some 58 million times. That's up 10% from previous years, according to research firm Sensor Tower. LinkedIn says it has seen record engagement among its 875 million members. All of this engagement has been good for business. LinkedIn saw a 17% year-over-year revenue growth in the 3 months that ended in September. Well, still ahead, a look at today's egg prices along with Kelly's forecast. And then today on Live at 4, we'll look back at the Packers' season-ending loss to the Detroit Lions and what's next for the green and gold heading into the offseason.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our New Year's Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well that celebrities in Hollywood and people just like you feel years younger in minutes. This is why I'm letting people try it for only $14.95 this New Year at plexidermtrial.com.
So I've had under-eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. I have spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gels. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking. It works. When I do a collage and everything is done, it looks amazing. That is exactly how Plexiderm makes me feel. I put it on my face, and somehow, some way, I look together, which is amazing. I'm Jackie, and I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and so should you.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under-eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. This New Year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. So if under-eye bags make you look tired or feel older, take action this New Year and see that younger-looking you. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, please welcome Mario Lopez.
So good to be here.
You've interviewed me for years, and now I get to interview you.
It's sort of a trip.
And Todrick Hall.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
More online retailers are offering buy now, pay later options, and it sounds pretty tempting, right?
Tomorrow we'll explain some risks you need to know before you check out.
Generally quiet and mild weather will continue. Join us tomorrow between 4:30 and 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Well, Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report is at the Wisconsin Fair Association Convention today. She'll be back tomorrow, so here are your farm numbers. get a look now at your certified most accurate forecast. Meteorologist Kelly Slifka is out on the weather patio. Still has the jacket on, though.
I still have the jacket on. Don't really need it. Just kind of soaking up the sun out here. It's been a really beautiful noon hour. Temperatures really rose from where they were earlier this morning, and we've got mild weather generally in our forecast. We started off in the lower 20s, but see those temperatures rise into the mid-30s that we're sitting at right now in the Madison area. It's a little bit cooler to the north. Southern Wisconsin, basically in the warm side of a storm system that's a very weak system that's moving through, but it does have a warm front that has been pushing through southern Wisconsin. That's why we've warmed up so nicely. Very weak systems coming through, really not doing much other than changing our winds around, and eventually this storm system will bring in more cloud cover as the afternoon wears on and going into tonight, and probably a little bit more cloud cover for our Tuesday, for tomorrow as well, but really no precipitation with that system. Got to remember, our average high now is 27, the overnight low 12. I'm expecting 39 this afternoon and probably on the upper 20s and low 30s tonight. So, yeah, we continue with this unusually mild January weather pattern. I don't really see that changing anytime soon. So mild weather conditions this afternoon. Clouds will increase as the afternoon wears on, and tonight we may see some of that fog develop late tonight through tomorrow morning. And toward the end of the week, we might see some light snow showers or flurries. Not going to be a big deal for us. Mainly just some nuisance flurries with it. It looks like that storm system will mainly stay down to the south across parts of Illinois. Right now we're in the 30s, most of the area in the 30s at the noon hour, so a pretty nice mild afternoon if you are headed out for lunch. Looks pretty good. Temperatures in the mid-30s across all of Dane County, already up to 39 though, as you can see there in Middleton with the sunshine really warming things up. Now you may think, well, we don't have much snow to show for what we've seen so far this season. Just a few snow piles here in Madison, but so far we've actually had a pretty good dose. Of course, most of that came in December when we had, well, we've had 20.6 inches so far this season. Snow depth, they are not having a problem up north. Plenty of snow once you get north of Eau Claire, over 2 feet of snow. You go up toward Ashland, Rice Lake, and Superior. Just really got a lot of snow on the ground, but around here, once again, just some snow piles here locally across southern Wisconsin. I think a lot of the upper Midwest is going to be melting that snow over the next couple of days going into the weekend, because it is going to be above average across much of the country. So you know that cold air is just lurking to the north, but we don't see it plunging south really anytime soon. So enjoy the milder than average temperatures for the next several days going into the weekend. Temperatures this afternoon in the mid to upper 30s, and not going to fall off as quickly tonight because of the cloud cover and that southerly wind continuing, and just a lot of cloud cover overnight, maybe some fog waking up tomorrow morning. And I don't think we'll see as much sun tomorrow. And also behind this really weak low pressure system, wind switch around the north and bring us a little bit cooler weather going into tomorrow, but still not bad, 35. And we warm up for the rest of the week. There is that system that's passing to our south that may bring in some snow showers or flurries, mainly Wednesday night into Thursday, may linger into Friday morning. Yeah, your eyes aren't deceiving you. 40s next week could be a rainmaker for us. So unusual January so far.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's nice and warm.
Yeah, we'll take it.
If you like the snow, just head north, right?
That's right. Go way up north.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen now making a casserole that he says is easy to make.
When it comes to Amish cooking, there's no question that the Amish know what they're doing in the kitchen. Whether it's making shoe fly pie or scrapple, Dutch cabbage rolls or slippery pot pie, Amish cooking means hearty, wholesome, and made the old-fashioned way. Today, we're making an Amish-inspired casserole, except we're using a few off-the-shelf shortcuts that will make it weeknight easy. We start by browning a good amount of ground beef, along with a chopped onion and a bit of minced garlic. While that finishes up, we drain some cooked egg noodles and set them aside. Now that our beef is done, we add it to the same pot we cooked our pasta in, along with our drained noodles. To give this dish its creaminess, we toss in cream of mushroom soup, some milk, a splash of Worcestershire sauce, tomato soup, and a few spices. After it's all mixed, we'll spoon it into a baking dish and into the oven it goes until it's heated through and the top is all crispy. There you have it, a dish that's simple to make, full of flavor, and is sure to bring your family around the table. To get the recipe for our Amish country casserole, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an Amish-inspired way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Ahead at noon, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. The number to call, 608-270-9933. We'll get to your calls as soon as the sun comes back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Cold winter weather's here, so why feel it inside your own home and in your wallet? USA Insulation's premium injection foam fills every crevice of your walls, even going over your existing inferior insulation. Our foam gives you high-tech comfort and saves you money on utility bills year-round. So stop bundling up and start building savings. Call now and get up to a 30% tax credit and low monthly payments.
USA Insulation.
With reliable COVID-19 results in just 15 minutes, everyone is making room for Binax Now in their medicine cabinet.
Do we still need these pregnancy tests?
Yeah, no. Out with the old, in with the #1 COVID-19 self-test in the U.S. with the same technology doctors use to test for COVID-19. Binax Now.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there's now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here taking your plant and garden questions. 608-270-9933. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
What did you bring along this time?
So last week we had that philodendron called Birkin with the really lush leaves and those stripes. And this one is called Pink Princess. And this would be another designer plant or collector plant. And so all the easy care things about a philodendron, but looks really cool.
So it's not disease? It's not...
No, it's not disease. It is pink on purpose.
But they're not all pink.
They're not all pink, so it's a light thing, and it's variable. So, but it's kind of cool. Like this one here just has this pink blotch on the side. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the phones. We will start with Dave from Madison. Hi, Dave. What's your question?
So, I have a magnolia that's almost 2 years old, and I just want to know the best time to fertilize it.
If it's been in 2 years, Dave, you can go ahead and fertilize it this spring. And what you could use is probably the easiest thing for trees and larger shrubs would just be spikes. And so there are a number of different ones on the market. We carry the ones from a company called Job. And yeah, they're super easy. Just follow the instructions for how big the tree is. That's how many spikes you put in.
Okay, pretty easy.
Pretty easy.
All right, let's go to Tim in Stoughton. Hi, Tim.
Hi. Question on, I'd like to have a nice pot of wave petunias when the hummingbirds arrive here in Wisconsin. What would be a good time to plant the seeds indoors so I can get them close to flowering when hummingbirds come through?
I would say that you would want them to be planted I would say middle of February, early to mid-February. The seeds for a lot of those annuals take a long time to germinate. I don't know that you'll get flowers, though. A lot of that also depends on day length and fertilizer. So once you get them to a good size, you'll want to put them on a bloom-boosting fertilizer on a regular basis if you want to get the flowers super early.
Well, that's kind of nice to start thinking about spring already.
It is. It's the time to think about seeds now, for sure.
But you can't plant anything yet.
By the end of the month, early February, you can plant things like onions. If you're going to do any perennials from seed, you can start those. Some of the brassica crops, like, you know, broccoli and Brussels sprouts, those can be started pretty early.
All right, we're waiting for this call to come through, but we're not having any luck, so I'm not sure. Okay, let's go to Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. What's your question?
Hi, yes. I was wondering if I could get some tips on how to grow cucumbers in planters. Every year I plant, and they seem to be growing really well, have lots of blossoms on them and everything, and then all of a sudden it just seems like they just, like, die off. I don't know if I'm watering too much, not enough, or...
What you'll want to do, Stephanie, is make sure that you get seeds that are varieties that are meant to go in containers. And so there are a number of they're generally going to be the smaller cucumbers. You want, generally, the bush varieties do better in containers than the climbing ones. If you do find some climbing ones, you're going to want to make sure that you put in a structure for them to climb. And then also, they need plenty of sun. But I would make sure that you fertilize. When you plant in containers and you're watering pretty constantly, a lot of that fertilizer that might be in the soil gets washed out. So make sure that you put things on a fertilizer program.
You can grow cucumbers in a pot?
There are a lot of new varieties with all the young families that are starting to do vegetable gardening. They have really turned around, and they have a number of varieties that are sort of, you know, hybridized for pots.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Mary. Hi, Mary. What's your question?
Yeah, I have an amaryllis, and it blossomed with 4 blossoms on one stem, and they're done now, but I've got another one coming up on the other side of the bulb, and I'm wondering what to do to keep so I can grow it another year.
So, Mary, what you're going to want to do, the stalk that is done flowering, you're going to cut that back all the way to the bulb. And then once the second one is done, you're going to cut that one back too. And then keep those strappy leaves going. The best thing to do then is to put it outside for the summer, give it some fertilizer, and then touch base with us in late August or early September. There's a whole process for getting amaryllis to go through a dormancy period and then, you know, get ready to flower again, and we'd be delighted to help you with that at the store.
And the bigger the bulb,
the bigger the flowers. And the bulbs get bigger every year, and then they also will send out little bulblets on the bottom. I used to send those to my mom in Florida. She'd put them in the garden.
All right, we are out of time. Thanks for calling, everybody. Lisa?
Yeah.
Thanks to you. We'll see you next week.
I will see you next week.
All right, good enough. Here's Kelly. One final check of the forecast.
Yeah, really nice noon hour. We've got the sunshine and the southerly winds really helping our temperatures out, and we'll continue to see these temperatures climb into the upper 30s. This evening will not be as cold as what it was last night because of the southerly wind, and we're on the warm side of a storm system. A little bit cooler tomorrow with some fog, maybe a flurry, probably not too much of a deal. More likely Thursday night and Friday with a better chance of at least some light snow or flurries, but warm weather into the weekend.
Yeah, looking good for January, that's for sure. Thank you, Kelly. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4. Have a great afternoon.